Hello, my name is Dick Angstad. I had a jazz club here in Madrid for the last 15 or so years, and I had the privilege of having Bob Sands play at my venue time and time again in different formations. The big band is 20 years now, Bob. And the first time I saw the big band was in the old Café Berlin, Eric's Café Berlin on a Sunday. And since then, I've seen you at Café Central, Bogey, the new Café Berlin, Patos Café Berlin. I just want to ask you, because you've spent, like myself, more than half of your life in Madrid.
That's true.
I mean, we both come from the other side of the waters, the other side of the Atlantic. Is it a river or?
It's a river.
But what can you tell people anywhere about the scene in Madrid at the club level, which you know firsthand?
Well, the club level in Madrid, I mean, it's only gotten better over the last, I guess it's almost been 30 years for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 28 and a half years, and it's just gotten better and better and better.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I feel like maybe 25, 30 years ago, there were 4 or 5 names. And now, in addition to Chano Dominguez, Albert Bover, Perico Sambeat, Jorge Pardo, now you find about maybe, I won't say at the same level, but my feeling is that there's maybe a much broader middle class of musicians who can do great shows, great...
Not just middle-class musicians, but high-class musicians. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are some young guys and immigrant musicians in Madrid that would knock your socks off. I mean, in any city in the world.
Yeah. Also, Bob, you've done a lot of teaching. You've contributed a lot in Musicene over the past, I don't know how many years, but I know you would abandon Madrid on Tuesdays and come back on Thursdays. Tell us a little bit about your experience teaching at Musicene.
Well, it was very agreeable, and it was very nice to feel that I had an impact on so many musicians, especially young musicians, because that way they get to carry on the lessons to their students.
Okay, I don't know how to say this, but your image among not fans, but among many of your colleagues is your old school, your blue note, your bassy Mingus. That's the image that everybody has of you.
Well, I think it might be a little bit unfair, but in a lot of contexts, when I have to deal with a lot of musicians, for example, in the big band or students or things like that, very often if they don't have the tradition in order,
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to deal with anything more modern, because it kind of, as you could say, it might smell a little funny.
Yeah.
But as a player, I mean, I've played very modern, and for many years I continue to do so. I love to do so. I think my true love might be more geared towards the tradition than very modern, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm just a traditionalist.
Do you consider yourself more of a composer or a player?
A player.
A player.
I compose because there's almost no other choice. But no, I've never spent as much time composing as I have playing. And you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, because I'll never be as good a composer as I will be a player, because I'll never spend as much time composing as playing up until now.
Yeah. Well, Bob, all I can tell you is that in Spain, in Spanish, we say "has dejado huella." You've left your mark. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And thank you for everything you've done for the band and for me.
My pleasure.